Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a good one in store between the Sacramento Miners and the Toronto Thunderbirds. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Sacramento Miners and the Toronto Thunderbirds. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right, tight right. Hey. Yeah.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And this is incomplete.
Makes a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Looking to throw. Dixon throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. How about this for an opening drive decision? You got 4th and short, just outside of field goal range in all likelihood. What do you do?
I'm going for it. I've got to go get it right now. I want to establish a tone. It's early in the game. I want to let my offense know that I believe in them. And you know something else? I let my defense know I believe in them also by taking that gamble. If we don't get it, it's okay. You guys will cover for me.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of him. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. The defensive guys were coming over and teasing and jerking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
And he'll be taken down at the 18. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
To throw on 2nd down, Fisher. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And they'll send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here's the home side to take over on offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable.
Pressure comes and down he goes.
Boom! Big hit all day. Sack City. Sack City, baby.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Back to throw. Dixon. And he rifles one incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Dixon. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he'll give it here to his running back. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll go down at the 28. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5. Second and 5. This one caught by Winslow.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Let's go.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Now.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
Double tight. 3 down. 3 down. Ready.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Back to throw. Dixon. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
So here are visitors to take over on offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. First and 10. First down. Here's the run with Anderson. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. A look there at the starters on the defensive side of the ball. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. Second and 6. And he's got his man on the out route. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Here we go.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 5 catches, 123 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
They go play action here on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there. 25, check 25, check 25.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Let's go. Here we go. 50 set. Touchdown. Hey.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be second and 12.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
I got you, punk.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. First down marker at the 31. It's third down. From the gun, Fisher. And it's caught by Parker. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
53. Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Set up.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Screen play, Anderson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on third. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11th. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And this one is right through. And it's 3-0 here in the second quarter. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Let's go.
So here is the home side to take over on offense. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And to give this time to the tailback. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Let's go, D.
On 2nd down now. Hood. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 12 yards there and a first down.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
They run here with Hood. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Throwing on first down. Dixon. Quick hitter here. It's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
This offense so far on third down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, Adam Gase turns to the field goal unit. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And his kick here is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here are visitors to take over on offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this is caught. It's Parker. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And on now is the punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at about the 14. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here is the home side to take over on offense. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
On 1st and 10, Dixon. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Dixon. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Let's go.
Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Dixon. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Back to the air on 2nd down. Dixon. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. And his kick is indeed good, and they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Yeah, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here are visitors to take over on offense. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
53 for Mike. Cut.
Looking to throw on second down. Fisher. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
There was the pressure you were talking about, force the incompletion.
And it doesn't always have to end in a sack, does it? Sometimes you can...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
They bring their punter out there now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We got him. We got him.
So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
So they bring out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is brought in at the 21. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. So here are visitors to take over on offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They run it again with Anderson. 7 yards there and a first down. On first down, Fisher. And he finds Parker here, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a run with Anderson. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Throwing on first down, Fisher. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Potter. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 6 there on first. 2nd and 4. His pass caught at the 4. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys are going to retake the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go, boy. Bring it up.
So here is the home side to take over on offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
56, right there, 56. Hey, that QB's trapped.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. So here are our visitors to take over on offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Fisher. And he will find his man on the outside. 7 yards the pickup on the pitch and catch. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Let's go now. 55. Here we go.
2nd and 3. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man.
Come on now.
Give him 14 on that one and a first down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. The 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
So here is the home side to take over on offense and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing again. Dixon. And he comes back with one complete. 12 yards there and a first down.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on the single receiver.
Now a handoff here to his running back. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike.
To throw on second down. Dixon to the goal line, but it's incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Perry, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And his guys have once again taken the lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
No problem there on the extra point, and that gives them a 3-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Here we go.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only 1 score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2. And this is Parker, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. It gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
We call that sack block.
And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, He hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. The offense on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Fisher got his man complete over the middle. That's Potter. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I'll just figure there's something wrong with the football.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
All square now at 13-all as he sends this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
We got this.
So here is the home side to take over on offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. And he will find Winslow. That's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 15 yards on the play. 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
30 base. Keep playing hard, fellas.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Dixon. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 12 yards there and a 1st down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Operating from the gun, Dixon. He'll get this one complete to Winslow. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give him the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down by a field goal, 1:24 to go. They need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Potter. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. Huge first down. Got to hurry.
Yeah, now they have to get up there, get set, and then spike it.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. He's back to throw. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Boom all day.
And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This fielded at the 2. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So here are visitors to take over on offense. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, That gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's the 2nd and 7. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Fisher looking for his running back, and he's got him. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A good gain of 12 yards that time. It was a solid check down there with pressure coming, wasn't it?
It was, because you're trying to go through your progression, and when you have that type of pressure in your face, it changes what you're doing and how fast you have to do your reads, and able to come back and find him in open space. That's a really nice play.
On first down, it's Anderson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now they try the right side here. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Keep playing hard.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here I come.
From the gun, Fisher. And it's complete to Martin. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Back to throw. Fisher. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We know there's already a spotlight on this rookie quarterback, an even bigger spotlight here in overtime of this game, a costly pick.
No doubt about that, but here's the key. Game's not over. He may very well get another shot at this thing, so now he's got to go to the sideline, hope his defense picks him up, and be ready to go back out there and maybe make a similar throw, hopefully successfully the next time.
Hit it. 51's the mic. Not here.
They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Get it.
And to give this time to the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. I know there may be temptation to go for it here in overtime, but you have to punt the football.
I like how emphatic you are about it, because I know the tendency is, as a player, let's go get this thing. You're actually telling your coach, come on, coach, we can get it. We have that play call. And the head coach has to remember, that play call likely isn't there. Punt the ball away. Punt it away. Be smart.
Trust your defense.
Trust them.
So possession goes over here on the punt. So here are visitors to take over on offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. On 2nd down, it's Anderson. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. Looking to throw. Fisher. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
They'll run on 1st down. Anderson had a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. 10th carry now for Anderson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. On 1st down, it's Anderson. And able to work his way down to the 16. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. Now remember, this one is not over, but with the time running short here in this overtime, that could very well be the game winner.
Yeah, remember now, the other team does get a possession, but when the clock runs out, that's it. So that was a well-calculated drive to use up the majority of the clock and leave your opponent with little to no time left.
Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for our visitors, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8.